Good morning, believers. Good morning, Israel. JD Niger, Word of Truth. Oh. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Oh, Slakia. I don't know why I do this. I don't know why I try and explain some of the hardest lessons of the Bible. I try to explain because Israel means something to me because I am Benjamite, and there's been certain stories that have stuck with me, and one of them is this. The story of in Judges where the Benjamites are almost destroyed because of their sin. They raped and killed a Levite's concubine in the land of Gibeah. And the body was cut up by the Levite, and the pieces were sent to all 12 tribes and wanted retribution for this murder, right? So in Hosea, there's this saying that that I always wondered about exactly what it meant. And this isn't going to be easy. Of course, right when I can't win. Lately, I don't know what it is, but the devil is like, I should just go lay down. I mean, seriously, I'm like, I can't get a break. But probably a lot of you are feeling that way. So anyway, I'm going to read from Hosea 10:1, and this is where it talks about Israel being so damn rebellious. You know, the story of Hosea is all about Ephraim, the destruction and God's wrath upon the tribe of Ephraim, the northern tribe, for running off and abandoning Jerusalem, splitting the tribes up, Rehoboam and Jeroboam. After Solomon's death, the two sons split the kingdom apart. So let me just read this and you can get an idea of why Israel is so in pain, and confused and whacked out of their mind right now, because the Lord planned it that way. And so when I read this, I'm talking about myself in a way that maybe you can see the pain in my eyes and the heartache that I feel coming for my people. Israel's in trouble, man. Jacob's trouble is no joke. And I thank God for giving me the grace to be able to do what I've done so far and bring these lessons to you that not all of you are going to understand, and I don't even understand some of it myself. I'm trying to get a deeper understanding so that when I stand before my Lord, I'm going to be able to say, I'm sorry, I tried. Yes, you did, young Benjamin. But anyway, an empty vine. Hosea 10:1. Israel is an empty vine. He bringeth forth fruit unto himself. According to the multitude of his fruit, he has increased the altars. According to the goodness of his land, they have made goodly images. Their heart is divided. Now shall they be found faulty. He shall break down their altars. He shall spoil their images. Verse 3. For now they shall say, we have no king. Because we feared not the Lord, what then should a king do to us? They have spoken words, swearing falsely, and making a covenant. Thus judgment springeth up as hemlock in the furrows of the field. The inhabitants of Samaria shall fear because of the calves of Bethaven, for the people thereof shall mourn over it, and the priests thereof shall rejoice on it, for the glory thereof, because it is departed from it. That's the worship of the golden calf. Verse 6, it also shall be carried unto Assyria for a present to King Jareb. Ephraim shall receive shame, and Israel shall be ashamed of his own counsel. As for Samaria, her king is cut off as the foam upon the water. The high places also of Avon, the sin of Israel, shall be destroyed. The thorn and the thistle shall come up upon their altars, and they shall say to the mountains, cover us, and to the hills, fall on us. Israel, thou hast sinned from the days of Gibeah. There they stood. The battle of Gibeah against the children of iniquity did not overtake them. Verse 10, it is in my desire that I should chastise them, and the people shall be gathered against them, when they shall bind themselves in their two furrows. What's that talking about, the two furrows? Judah versus Benjamin. The northern versus the southern. Any break in the tribes, what we're seeing right now, how I'm disliking GMS, and GMS is disliking Sakari, and Sakari is disliking GMS, and IUIC is disliking GMS, and I'm disliking IUIC, and we see this separation of Israel, and it's the Lord planned it that way. I'm starting to realize these are the stories that make us realize how brutally off target we are. Our doctrines are all mixed up. Our belief systems don't make sense to each other or anyone else. Sad shit. Very sad. It says, verse 10, it is in my desire that I should chastise them, and the people shall be gathered against them when they shall bind themselves in their two furrows. And this is the scripture that set it off. It came to my mind last night. It came into my spirit. And Ephraim is as a heifer that is taught and loves to tread out the corn. But I passed over upon her fair neck, and I will make Ephraim to ride. Judah shall plow, and Jacob shall break his clods. So, what we're seeing, what Hosea is saying in these scriptures is he's prophesying against the northern kingdom and against their self-righteousness. And we see a lot of that going on in Israel. This Israelite is self-righteous about that. That Israelite is self-righteous about that. I'm self-righteous about my tribe, Benjamin. We're all gathered together and we can't agree on anything. Old Testament Israelites, New Covenant Israelites, whatever vast array of doctrines that break us apart. And so this whole thing, the empty vine, you notice how it says, as Ephraim is as a heifer that is taught and loves to tread out the corn, but I passed over upon her fair neck. That means the Lord put a yoke on Ephraim, on the northern kingdom, and on Israel in general, because he wants what's going on right now. He wants us to fight against each other. He's going, you know what? Just like in the days of Gibeah, and that's where it says, O Israel, thou hast sinned from the days of Gibeah. There they stood. The battle of Gibeah against the children of iniquity did not overtake them. So, when it goes into this, it is my desire that I should chastise them. The Lord is spanking us right now. He's making us feel this certain way about each other. And it's not kosher. It's not Israel. It's not how it should be. We should be together. We should be speaking the same truth. We should know the Old Testament, the New Testament, the wisdom books, the Psalms. We should be able to put this into one prophecy that makes sense. Sorry. Anyhow, Slovakia for that. I guess I could silence my phone. That might work. I don't know. Anyhow, back to what I was saying. So, I want to get to the point of this. I don't want to make this any longer because these devils, man, these devils have been on me lately. I'm not feeling well and I'm trying to get some understanding out here. Let me finish the verse and then we'll go to what this is talking about when it says, O Israel, you have sinned from the days of Gibeah. That goes back to the battle of Benjamin, when what I was talking about at the beginning, when they came against these Benjamites in Gibeah for raping and killing this Levite's concubine. It's a convoluted story. It's hard to explain, but the concubine that they raped actually was a wicked bitch. And this Levite should have left her. What happened was the concubine left the Levite and went back to her father's house and was playing the harlot. And that's why it's in Hosea. It's talking about the same theme, the harlot. Gomer. Wow, that's funny, Gomer. That came up recently in a story, and I forgot who Gomer was. She was the one that played the harlot. I'm having a hard time remembering all these names and stories. But anyway, part of the reason the Benjamites raped her, the Lord set that up so that the Levite would understand, you should have never went back and got that nasty bitch. She left her husband. She left her husband. She was sworn onto this Levite, but she went back to her dad, and she didn't stay where she was supposed to stay. And so the Lord used the tribe of Benjamin to set things in balance. But instead of these other Israelites, the other tribes going, what happened here? And asking the Levite, potato, who is this woman that got raped? And what are you doing here? Because he was from Ephraim. He was not from Gibeah. He had stopped there in the night, and that's how the men of Benjamin came upon her. So, if you're following the story, let me finish this and then we'll go to the story. Sow to yourselves in righteousness, reap in mercy, break up your fallow ground, for it is time to seek the Lord till you come and rain righteousness, till he comes to rain righteousness upon you. You have plowed wickedness, you have reaped iniquity, you have eaten the fruit of lies, because you did trust in your way, in the multitude of your mighty men. Therefore shall tumult arise among your people, and all thy fortresses shall be spoiled. As Shalman spoiled Beth Arbel in the day of battle, the mother was dashed in pieces upon her children. So shall Bethel do unto you because of your great wickedness. In the morning shall the king of Israel utterly be cut off. So shall Bethel do unto you, the house of God. Bethel, the house of God, if you want to go back to it, that's the land of Benjamin. Gibeah is Benjamin. What this is saying is the Lord is using Benjamin to try and straighten this shit out. This mess that I'm talking about between the two tribes. And what Hosea is saying right here is, you guys, you dumbass Israelites don't understand that Benjamin is more than you think he is. Because when it says, let's go to it. Sorry, Slack. O Israel, thou hast sinned from the days of Gibeah. There they stood in battle in Gibeah against the children of iniquity, did not overtake them. So you go back to Judges. Let me get it. Judges 20. This is where it talks about what this scripture means. Slovakia. Judges 20. All it says is Judges 20. It's not any one verse. It's the whole story. Israel gathers in Mizpah. Let me see what I got. So it's too much reading probably to get to the point, but I'm going to read a little bit of it. Israel unites. So this is what happened. And the Levite, the husband of the woman that was slain, answered and said, I came into Gibeah that belongs to Benjamin, I and my concubine to lodge. And the men of Gibeah arose against me and beset the house round about me by night, and thought to have slain me and my concubine have they forced that she is dead. And I took my concubine and cut her in pieces and sent her throughout all the country of the inheritance of Israel, for they have committed lewdness and folly in Israel. Behold, ye are all children of Israel. Give ear your advice and counsel. So he's saying, what are we going to do about this transgression? And all the people arose as one man. This is still Judges 20. We will not any of us go to his tent, neither will any of us turn to his house. But now this shall be the thing which we will do to Gibeah. We will go up by lot against it. And we will take 10 men out of 100 throughout the tribes of Israel, 100,000s of thousands, to fetch victual for the people, that they may go up to Gibeah against the men of Benjamin, according to all the folly that they brought to Israel. So all the men of Israel were gathered against the city, knit together as one. And the tribes of Israel sent men through all the tribe of Benjamin, saying, what wickedness is that you have done among you? Now therefore deliver us the children of Belial, which are in Gibeah, that we may put them to death and put away evil from Israel. But the children of Benjamin would not hearken to the voice of their brethren, the children of Israel. Am I listening to these guys? No. You know why? Because I know I'm on the right side of the Lord. I'm not going to let these guys say what they're going to say. Because I know that the Lord has Benjamin. I'm figuring out that's what this story is all about. It isn't Benjamin. It's not what Benjamin did that was wrong. It's what Israel did. They went up against their own people. And that's why I always say we're better together. So what happens is, and the children, verse 14, Benjamin prepares for battle, but the children of Benjamin gathered themselves together out of the cities unto Gibeah to go out to battle against the children of Israel. And the children of Benjamin were numbered 6,000, so on, besides the inhabitants of Gibeah, which were numbered 700 chosen men. 700 chosen men. And all this people were 700 chosen men, left-handed. Everyone could sling stones at a hair breadth and not miss. We sling stones from the left side too, people. We do the left-hand work. We do the angels of the left-hand work for righteousness' sake. And that's why I said in the last video, that's what I'm trying to explain to you about the unclean spirit of the prophet is unrecognizable to men. We're angels. We're different. We're just different. And there's nothing you can say, there's nothing you can do to make me ever think any different. I'm going to ride on this till the Lord comes. I'm going to say, I know you did what you did with me, to me, for me, all of it, because I know it's your will. So whatever wickedness that the world says that I did, or the wickedness that anyone says, when I'm redeemed by the Lord, Bob Marley said it best. You can't be redeemed by the laws of men. I won't be judged by the laws of men. I'll be judged by the laws of God. And so this is what this whole story means when it goes back to Hosea, when it says, you came up against the men of Gibeah, but they were not taken. Ephraim, you're gonna plow. Judah, you're gonna break up the clods. And Jacob, you're gonna be the captain over the whole thing, because you tribes, man, you tribes don't understand who Benjamin is. And I keep trying to say it. And the Lord's all, don't get full of yourself. And it's like, no, I know. So who went up against who's standing up against Benjamin right now? Let me show you. And the children of Israel arose and went up to the house of God and asked counsel of God and said, which of us shall go up first to the battle against the children of Benjamin? And the Lord said, Judah shall go up first. And the men of Israel went out to battle against Benjamin, and the men of Israel put themselves in array, and the children of Benjamin came forth out of Gibeah and destroyed down to the ground of the Israelites that day 22,000 men. And the people of Israel encouraged themselves and set their battle array against them once again. And the children went up and wept to the Lord, saying, shall I go again up against the children of Benjamin, my brother? And the Lord said, go up against him. And the children of Israel came near against the children of Benjamin the second day. And Benjamin went forth out of Gibeah the second day and destroyed down to the ground the children of Israel, 18,000 men. All these drew the sword. So what happened here? What is this whole story about? the concubine that left the husband, the concubine that went against the rules of the Lord, that the Benjamites raped and killed because they sling stones with their left hand. They come out of the left-hand side sometimes to do the Lord's work, these angels, these Benjamites. And Israel came up against them because they didn't get the whole story. They didn't find out what's going on here. If our brother raped and killed her, that's none of your fucking business. Go about your way. What's really going on here? Oh, that bitch went back to her father when she was supposed to stay with you? That's what she gets. You understand? JD Nye, your word of truth. Live up.